The history of the Shinkansen network is very long and always growing. The latest page in the history books comes in the form of the Nishi-Kyushu Shinkansen. This line, also known as the Nagasaki Shinkansen, opened in September 2022 and operates between the famous city of Nagasaki and the not so well-known resort town of Tokkyu Onsen. A further expansion connecting to the main Kyushu Shinkansen is planned, albeit undergoing much legislative warfare. In 1971, the Ministry of Transport proposed this route along with thousands of other possible connections across the nation. 2 years later, the Shinkansen Basic Plan was created. As with many proposed routes that would later come to fruition, nothing happened for many decades. In 1992, JR Kyushu revisited these plans, as it was believed that they would soon be able to start construction of several new routes. However, this report suggested that instead of a Shinkansen service, the lines be built under the new Super Tokkyu concept. Super Tokkyu is the name for a narrow gauge line which is the norm in Japan, but one operating at higher speeds and built with Shinkansen technology. To date, no Super Tokkyu lines have been constructed, although many proposals have been made. Come the mid-2000s, the time came for a new line. A dart was thrown at the board of options, and the time of the Nishi-Kyushu Shinkansen came. Representatives of all regions involved were brought together and planning began. Permission was quickly obtained between Tokkyu Onsen and Isahaya, with the stretch to Nagasaki following shortly after. The first two-thirds came together quickly, and work was getting ready to start, but there was one impossible to miss elephant in the room: Saga Prefecture. Citing a lack of local benefit as the reason, Saga refused to fund much development of this line, meaning the new route would not connect to the greater network. This was an issue that needed to be addressed. When it became clear that it was unlikely for Saga Prefecture to move on its position, the gauge change train was suggested. This concept has been in development and testing since the late 1990s, and was being developed as a potential way of connecting more of the country by Shinkansen, with a similar product to the mini Shinkansen of Akita and Yamagata, but with a much lower cost. Unfortunately, as with all great ideas on paper, the technology was simply not there. Following the abandonment of the gauge change train and the Super Tokkyu concepts, Nagasaki pushed for the line to instead be built to a full Shinkansen standard, on the basis that it offers the best convenience to the end user. Saga Prefecture once again refused, as it would be required to pay a considerable part of the cost to build the line, while not seeing any meaningful travel time improvements for their citizens. Another meeting was scheduled in 2018 on whether they could come to a compromise of building a mini Shinkansen line through Saga Prefecture. This offers a lower cost of construction by improving existing rail lines to Shinkansen standard, such as the aforementioned Akita and Yamagata Shinkansen lines, but due to financial difficulties, this was postponed to 2019. Following on, Saga agreed to continue holding these discussions to hopefully one day come to an agreement that seemingly is not too far away. Later in 2019, Saga Prefecture and the Ministry of Land, Infrastructure, Transport and Tourism came to the table and drew up two potential paths that the route could take. The first would be to align the track alongside the Nagasaki Expressway. This would be the most space efficient and the lowest cost to Saga Prefecture. This would be leaving Tokkyu, going through Taku, Saga, Kanzaki and Yoshinogari, then joining the Kyushu Shinkansen at Shintosu. The second proposal would be routing southwards, running through Shiroishi, the seldom used Saga Airport, Yanagawa, and connecting to the Kyushu Shinkansen at Chikugo Funagoya Station. This route would mostly be running through open country and provide a vital link to Saga's rather remote airport. So far, the only confirmed portions of the line have already been built. From its terminus at Nagasaki Station, the 66km line passes Ishihaya, Shinomura, Ureshino Onsen, and ends at Tokkyu Onsen. Due to the short length and the rather isolated nature of the route, there is only one stopping pattern, the all stations Kamome, meaning seagull. The name was inherited from the local line route that ran the Hakata to Nagasaki route. However, as the Shinkansen does not continue to Hakata, the local line still runs under the name Relay Kamome. These run to Hakata via Kohoku, Saga and Shintosu, where passengers can change for other Shinkansen services. It also stops at a couple of other stations along the way. This service pattern opened up on the 23rd of September 2022, the same day as the Nishi-Kyushu Shinkansen. The vehicle used on the Nagasaki Shinkansen is the N700S. These units are painted in a striking red livery with a plaque on the nose. The history of the N700S has been discussed to great length in the previous video. Being able to run at speeds of up to 320 km per hour, the N700S is able to cross the completed section of line in only 27 minutes, and is estimated to be able to reach Tokyo from Nagasaki in as little as 6 hours once the whole line is completed. The future of the line and its stock seems strong, with an agreement with Saga Prefecture getting closer day by day. It's expected that in late 2023 we'll have a solution and construction may start. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this, please check out these other Shinkansen videos and feel free to subscribe. Take care and I'll see you next time.